Hello, everyone. Brandon Boyd here. Just wanted to spend about the next 7 to 10 minutes or so just really showing people how to build Wake Up Now, making it simple, easy, and fun. Because you got to make this business fun. If you don't, you won't make as much money, number one. And when you're having no fun and making no money, to me, it's not a business. It's an absolute drain. I bet some of you can relate to that. So I want to go over how to make it simple, easy, and fun with 10 simple keys I put together. I found after 14 years of being an entrepreneur that I've learned a thing or two about networking. One of the most important things I learned is that networking is a lifestyle. So it needs to be worked into your DNA so that you're networking at all times effortlessly and happily. So it's not like you say, okay, at 5 o'clock, all of a sudden I'm going to be a networker and I'm going to turn on, kind of put on my business hat and start networking. Okay, this has to become a part of who you are. So when you treat networking as a lifestyle, you don't get anxious when you see a stranger or when the phone rings or you're waiting on a long line. What you see and feel is opportunities. So I want to show you how to take those opportunities and to turn them into profitable relationships with these 10 networking keys. And so as we look at this, and so that you don't have to take notes, I've actually kind of already done this for you. These are the keys to making Wake Up Now simple, fun, and easy. Key number one, assume the burden of other people's discomfort. So if you ever go to an event or conference and just look around the room, what do you see? Well, you see lots of people, they're talking to each other. You're also probably going to see several people sitting at tables looking through like an event guide or talking on their phones. These people are probably nervous about talking to new people, so they're avoiding it by looking like they're busy. They're texting or checking their Facebook or whatever. So you can help these people out by introducing yourself because they probably want to approach total strangers, but they just find it hard to break the ice. You can come along and make life a little easier for them, which could lead to some interesting opportunities. Key number two, give and expect nothing in return. If you ask most successful networkers how they spend their time, they're going to tell you that they spend their time helping other people. They want to help people by sharing advice and helping them to avoid the mistakes they made themselves. So if you want to be a successful networker, you need to have conversations all the time with people. You have to keep in mind that these people may not be able to repay you, and that's okay. Key number three, be proud of who you are in your business. How many of you, by raise of hands, do not, and I say do not, have an MBA or a PhD? Okay, no big deal. Don't try and hide from your past or your background or feel guilty about it. I didn't go to school as much as I should, or whatever the case may be, because sometimes all you need in this world and in this business is desire and some serious hustle to succeed. I like to really be open about who I am and where I came from, even when meeting people for the first time. This way, if I ever meet them again, they still feel like they know me. That's what they're going to remember. Is they're going to not remember the details that you told them or what you shared or the questions you asked. They're going to remember how they felt about you. Okay. Key number four, compliment early and often. We're in a kind of a hyper competitive world of startup businesses, so it's really easy to get discouraged or bitter when you see someone else succeed. You've got to resist that temptation and use that success as an opportunity to introduce yourself. So this could be a family member or a coworker. It's like some people like people to be kind of watch them be built up all the more to watch them be torn down, kind of almost happy. It's like they move into their house. Some people are actually happy when they have to file bankruptcy and move out, saying, "Yep, knew that business wouldn't work." You'd be happy for people's success. So when I hear someone, who gets a good break, I try and meet that person and compliment him or her on their success. And again, this could be just family as well. We may even be having like a competing business, but I don't care. Networking successfully is above those petty feelings that we have, and it's all about encouraging people. Because again, you never know what kind of partnership or opportunity could unfold from meeting that person. That's the nature of the game. Key number five, look for common ground immediately. This is critical, breaking the ice. So before I head out to like a networking event or I get on the phone with a client, I like to do some research on people I want to talk with. So my goal is to guide the conversation to places of common interest so that we never get that kind of awkward moment of silence. I like to leave each conversation having made some kind of personal connection, and this usually happens when you find common interests. Spend time learning about the people that you want to talk to so that you can get some insight on their interests. This is going to help you make that personal connection. Again, as the saying goes, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Okay. Key number 6, tap your sphere of influence carefully. And I like to, say carefully because some people want to go out, as you have these conversations, you make these connections, you got to learn to treat their personal contact information like gold. And what do I mean by that? Say don't start bombarding them with emails the moment you get back to your office. Don't call them once a week just to chit chat. Say, oh, I got to share this thing, and boom, you're blasting their Facebook, their email, blowing up their phone. Instead, you contact them when it's absolutely necessary and you know that you can offer them an extraordinary benefit for talking to you. Again, it's that old whiff 'em. What's in it for me? If you can appeal to their self interest, then they will most certainly love to talk to you. That's why getting to know people is so critical and important because you find out what their needs. Hey, I've got something. If I were to kind of like a doctor prescribing a prescription that can help solve that problem or is in their field of interest. Key number 7, you want to make sure that you do not keep your personal and professional lives separate. So if you're truly authentic in both your professional and personal lives, then you don't have to shift to different personalities when you're at the office or at home or at an event. That drains energy. It's very stressful. If you're honest, authentic, kind, and helpful across the board, then you will easily make connections with other people. Again, it's not like you're having to put on a business hat, a religious hat, a dad hat, a husband or wife hat. It's just who you are, okay? Key number 8, pull, never push. Networking is all about conversation. It's all about relationships, finding out more about the other person instead of telling them about you and your company and kind of throwing up on them, okay? Napoleon Hill, he told a story about how he went to a dinner party and afterwards the hostess thought he was actually the most charming man in the world. Why is that? It's not because he talked about himself, but because he kept the conversation focused on the hostess by asking her questions. You have to earn the right to be heard about what you do and what you want to accomplish. People don't really care what you do until they know that you care about what they do. Okay? Coming up with those questions, asking them about their life and their business and their spouse and their kids that they have them. So don't push a conversation. Instead, gently pull on it by asking people about themselves because a lot of times they'll then ask you, how's work going? What's your business that you're involved with these days? Or how are your kids? And are you living at the same place? That kind of thing. They're going to want to know. It's most people will do that after you've spent the time caring about them. Key number 9. This is critical, and I know some people are like, "Well, I don't want to do this because it's just like back with Polaroid cameras, they didn't want to switch over to digital cameras. Okay, now we have the cell phones that take pictures too. Um, it's vitally important that at some point you include social media into your networking. If you're treating networking as a lifestyle, then social media will fall pretty easily into your strategy. Just think of it as another method of communication and community. So when meeting people, ask if they're on Facebook or Twitter. Connect with them on those social platforms because that's where a lot of people are, quote, hanging out these days. I find that it's much easier to contact someone through text or Facebook than it is to send an email. 8 out of 10 emails, they don't even get opened. Okay. And if they do, they might not see your email for 3 days. Okay. So it's important to use social media in your networking, even if it's just a little bit. And again, you kind of touch them from time to time, just asking how life is going. Because even if they're in a great job right now, and insurance benefits are great and everything's going great, 6 months from today, they might be let go from that job. Now that's the opportunity that you have by getting to know them where they're now more open-minded to what you have to share with them. And then key number 10, lose control of your marketing. 50 years ago, you'd hear most advertisers and marketers saying that you had to maintain control of the conversation, that you had to control your marketing. Well, with social media and the internet, things have changed dramatically. Today, it's all about exchanging great content freely for the attention of readers and prospects. Consumers used to have to sit in the back seat and take what the companies fed them. Now, it's the other way around, and customers who don't like what they're getting, they're going to go away. They'll revolt. Okay, so just look at what happened to Netflix as a perfect example. So what does this have to do with networking? The idea is to hold nothing except for proprietary trade secrets close to the vest. So you need to give it all away in conversation on social media, helping others, and let the world spread the message about what you can do. Okay? About what you can do. So these are the 10 key ways to making Wake Up Now simple, fun, and easy. It's absolutely critical that you have fun while you're doing the business. You got to not take things so serious all the time. As if I'll start being more fun and happy when I'm making more money. I'll start being and having more fun when I'm to such and such rank. You don't want to do that. You want to have fun now. People want to be around people who are progressing and who are having fun and who are easy to be around. People who are going somewhere. And so this is critically important as you build the Wake Up Now business. I hope the keys that I've shared with you today will help you in growing your business. Watch this video over and over and over again until you get this in your spirit. And again, networking is a part of who you are. It is in your DNA. You don't need a PhD. You don't need an MBA. You don't need a bachelor's degree. You don't even need an associate's degree. You need a burning desire with some serious hustle. Look forward to seeing you guys at the top. Thanks so much.